Yeah, this ain't about gossip. This ain't about noise. This is about ownership, clarity, strategy, power. Mind your business. Level up, no limits. Stop drowning in it. Start building a vision. CEO mindset. Boss moves relentless. I'm fueling. From the pit intentional.
Hey y'all. Welcome back to Gurll Mind Your Business. I'm your host, Cookie Cade, and I am not having an interview today. Today, I'm talking directly to you. I want to ask you something, and I need you to be honest with me. No, be honest with yourself. How many times have you said or at least thought, I don't want this to be about me? How many times have you made yourself smaller, quieter, or less visible for that same reason? Because you were afraid. I mean, afraid. Just plumb afraid. Or at least thought you didn't want to seem vain, too much, or selfish. I sat across from countless women. I listened and I just observed hundreds of women entrepreneurs. Especially last week, I attended a summit. Women with vision, women with gifts, women with all kind of ideas that they should have just changed industries. And the thing that stopped most of these women are not strategy, it was not funding, and it wasn't even time. It was a myth. They've been carrying this myth around so long that they forgot it was a myth. You know, the myth that say a good woman entrepreneur puts everyone else first, her business, her clients, her team, her community, and put herself last, if at all. That's a myth. And it's not wisdom. It's not humility. It's not generosity. You know what it is? It's self-abandonment dressed up in virtue. Today, for the next 30 minutes, I'm going to break it open because the truth is, it is about you, and that's not a flaw. That is the whole foundation. Now, stay with me because what I'm about to share is going to change how you build, how you show up, and everything that you're building. Now, before we go any further, I want you to take a quiz. Just take the quiz and it'll show you exactly where you are. Let me grab my quiz. Wrong quiz. Okay, here it is. Just take this quiz, and if something I said gave you some type clarity, don't just make it about a feeling. Take the quiz right now. Screenshot, take it later, so you can find out exactly where you are and what your next step is. The link at the bottom shows you everything that you need. Just take a screenshot and come back to it later. Or better yet, just screenshot it so you can listen up. Let me tell you what I saw constantly. And it was just amazing to me. I saw women who wake up every morning already behind in emails, content, revenue goals, everything. Behind on the version of your business that you thought, you imagined 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago. So they work harder. They stay up later. They took more courses. They bought planners. They watched more webinars, and they were still stuck. But what nobody's telling you The problem is not your strategy, it's that you're running somebody else's race. You built the business other people expected you to build. You priced your services, you know, based on feeling safe, not what actually reflected your value. You said yes to clients who drained you because saying no felt selfish. You felt like you could help everybody, and you cannot help everybody. You got to be okay with saying no. You've been doing the right thing for all the wrong reasons, all of them. Now, a clarity point is to get you clear on what moves are actually yours, not the moves of your industry, not the moves that you copied from somebody else because that's how she did it. The moves that are connected to you, your specific vision, the ones that keep you up at night, not because you're anxious, but because you're excited about it. Now, I'm going to give you 3 things. I want you to write these down. 3 things. Write these down if you're not driving. Number 1, stop performing your business and start leading. There's a difference between showing up because you're afraid of what happens if you don't, and showing up because you are lit up by what you're building. Now, there's a difference. Number 2, make decisions from clarity instead of fear. When you know what you're here to do, every decision gets easy. You stop second guessing yourself, second guessing your offers, your investments, and you start moving with conviction. Number 3, build systems that protect your energy, just like they generate your revenue. You can't serve anybody well from empty. And if you are drained, that's not going to work. Your business is designed to perform better if you do these 3 things. Now, here's the truth. Nobody online want to sit too long. You're not behind. You just misaligned. Alignment is something you can choose right now, today. Let me ask you something else. Who are you in business for when nobody else is watching? Not who you are on your website, not who you are in your bio on the sales call. Who are you at 6 p.m., 7 p.m. on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday, when you just tired and the numbers just not where they need to be? Who are you? Most women, most of the ones that I talk to, have 2 versions of themselves. Now, I have clients that are confident, capable, and in control. And I have clients that live quiet, that doubt themselves, compare themselves, wonder if anything that they're doing is actually going to work. Ooh, and I tell you, that version will drain you. Now, there's a gap between these 2 versions, and that's where your growth is being lost because you can't sustain something that requires you to perform a version of yourself that is not real. You'll burn out. You call it hustle, but it's not hustle. It's the cost of pretending. Now, somebody that does not need external validation can take the next step. Somebody who can hold a vision for their business, even when the evidence shows that they're not even caught up. Somebody who shows the same in the quiet moments that you're just there. Now, this is what it looked like in real life. Being present in your business, not just productive. Being powerful in your pricing boundaries, coaching your standards, because you finally believe what you're worth. Being unapologetic about what you want, not aggressive, not arrogant, just clear. Being grounded enough to lead through hard seasons without losing yourself. Because hard seasons are part of this. When I tell you entrepreneurship is hard, it's hard. But you have to be willing to be resilient and persevere to get things done. Now, I'm going to be straight up with you. The reason most women entrepreneurs feel burned out is not because they work too hard. It's because they working in constant conflict with who they actually are. You were not built to perform. You were built to lead, and those are two very different things. When you stop performing and start being yourself, finally stop being unapologetic, everything changes. Your content, your clients, your revenue, because people don't just buy your offer, they buy their belief in you. And if you don't believe in yourself, they not going to believe in you. Now, I want to take a quick pause right here. If I'm sharing anything today that landed with you and you sitting there thinking, I've been doing exactly that, or I didn't even realize I was carrying that. That's important. The feeling is your clarity trying to get your attention. And here's what I want you to do right now. Don't let it just be a feeling. I want you to go to the link at the bottom, take the quiz. Take the quiz, and it will show you exactly where you are right now. And more importantly, what your next step is. Take the quiz. It takes less than 5 minutes. It'll show you where you are, and this is the clearest path for you feeling that what you're doing is actually about it. Clarity is not a destination, it's a decision. And you can make the decision today. The link show you exactly what you need to do. Just take the quiz right now, screenshot, do whatever you need to do to get it done. Now, let me talk to you about the other side of this. Not the woman with the 7-figure business, the massive following, the woman who has it all figured out, who don't doubt herself. I'm talking about a much more specific version of you. The version of you who stopped apologizing for having her vision. The version who priced herself at what she was actually worth and held that number without flinching. The version who said no to the wrong clients without feeling guilty. And you said it with grace because she was clear enough to know the difference. The version who walked in the room that felt like everything before you even said a word. The woman that does not live in a fantasy. She's not polished. She's the real version of herself with aspirational goals. I'm talking to the woman who is logical and ready to make decisions today. The woman that decides to stop shrinking and start building from who she actually is, who she will become when you put the work in. I'm talking to the leader who makes decisions and she's clear. An entrepreneur, business owner who knows the difference between what's urgent and what's important. And she actually builds it. The woman who gives herself permission to be the center of her own story. not the supporting character, not the afterthought, but the center. A version of yourself that the younger self could recognize as brave. And I need to say something that might feel uncomfortable. Becoming her is not easy. It requires you to disappoint some people. It requires you to stop performing that version of yourself that everybody else is comfortable with. It requires you to take up space in a world that spent a long time telling women, especially Black women, especially women of color, especially women who started from nothing, that their space is conditional. Your space is not conditional. Your version is not too big. It is about you, not because you're selfish, but because the people you are here to serve need the real version of you, not the apologetic version. They need the woman who did the work, the one that know that she is worth following, the one that know she is valuable. Now, I started this talking about a myth. The myth that said being a good entrepreneur, good leader, good woman meant putting yourself last. But that's because you're making it about everybody except yourself. I'm asking you to set the myth down, the tradition. Set it down right here, right now. Because the woman who builds the most meaningful businesses are not the ones who disappeared into their own work. They're the ones who brought themselves all the way in. They did the work. They wanted to get clear and help people. I want you to understand you can be and do what you need to do. And you can stop apologizing for doing it or being or wanting it. You're not perfect. My mama used to say all the time, there's none perfect but the Father. And I get it. I'm not trying to be perfect. I just had a vision. You have a vision. You don't have to gather it all at once. Take the steps and get it done. Be deliberate, intentional, unapologetic. That's what Gurll Mind Your Business is here to help you do. Every episode, every guest, every conversation on this podcast is about service. We help you get clear, get grounded, and get to build it. Your next step is right here. Take the Gurll Mind Your Business quiz, 5 minutes, 5 little minutes. By the time you scroll on social media, you'll be finished with the quiz. It shows you exactly where you are and your specific next step. It shows you what you need to move forward. Not a generic answer, your answer. Take the quiz. The link is going across. And what you find on the other side will be worth far more than the 5 minutes you spent. I'll see you there because your business is you. So, girl, go mind your business. Take the quiz. I'm going to leave it up for a few seconds. Go ahead, take that quiz, get it done. I'm your host, Cade. Girl, mind your business.